Hello guys, welcome back. This is Misaf with my YouTube channel Arts and Academic Writing, and today I am here with a writing lesson, and in this video you will learn 6 most important, most common writing strategies that can help you to improve your writing style. And these strategies included: number 1, always use formal verbs; number 2, always use formal vocabulary. This is the most important thing because student can't differentiate between a formal and informal vocabulary. And number 3, don't use too many simple and small sentences. And number 4, always start your essay with a statement and rather than to go for a question. And number 5, avoid from a personal pronoun like I, we, and you. And the number 6 and the most important, always use tentative language. And in the next part of the video, you will learn all these strategies with different examples. Let's do it. And the first strategy is to use formal verbs instead of two-word verbs. And just like use increase instead of go up. Number 2, use decrease instead of go down. And third example, use discuss instead of talk about. And number 4, use improve instead of get better. Number 5, use deteriorate instead of get worse. And the last example, use continue instead of go on. And the second strategy is the use of formal vocabulary. And just for example, try to use nowadays rather than these days. Second, use such as rather than like. And the third one, always use significant number of people rather than lots of people. And the last one, whenever you write a figure, numerical figure, write in a English rather than a numerical form, just like a three main reason, and don't like a three in a numerical form. And the third writing strategy is don't use too many simple, small sentences. Just for example, the environment is increasingly polluted. This is a global concern. And this sentence is actually divided into two more simple sentences. We can write it in a better way. Just for example, the increasing pollution of the environment is a global concern. And the second example, note taking is an important skill for EAP students. And the second, it's difficult to master. And we can write in a better way, just like note taking is an important skill for EAP students, is difficult to master. And the next strategy is the use of statements at the start of an essay rather than a question. For example, what were the reasons for the decline? And it's a better to write, there are four main reasons for the decline. And example number 2, how are written and spoken English different? And it's just like a question. And we can write in a statement like written English is different from the spoken English. And the strategy number 5 is to avoid personal pronouns and adverbs which show your feeling. And just like, for example, I can think of three main problems, and we can write in that way. There are three main problems. And the second one, in the experiment, I heated the water. No need to use a personal pronoun, and we can write in the way. In the experiment, the water was heated. And the third one, amazingly, there were very few errors in the experiment. And we can write in a better way. There were very few errors in the experiment. And the last strategy is to use tentative language such as possibly, probably, may, might, appears to, and seems to qualify a statement. And try to avoid absolute statements and words such as always. And for example, education may reduce crime. And second one, it appears that education reduce crime. And the third one, education reduce crime. The third one, education reduce crime, it's an absolute statement. Always try to avoid from absolute statements. And the second example, this is possibly caused by the effects of global warming. And the second, the way to write this statement is, this may be caused by the effects of global warming. And the third one is, this is caused by the effect of global warming. Again, the third statement show an absolute statement, and always try to avoid from absolute statements. And the last one, ESL students often make mistakes with tenses. The often is a tentative word, and rather than to use always, ESL student always make mistakes with sentences.